الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من
As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to Exactly. I'm your host, Saudi Imam. Remove your shoes. Enter upon your right foot upon the right state of mind, bi'idhnillah. Topic: is simping a sign of hypocrisy? Is simping a sign of hypocrisy? Now you may wonder, why are we not doing Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, Brother Jawad and Brother Black Mind. You may be wondering why we're not doing polygynous dreams and monogamous money. Fiance without finance. It's because our dear beloved sister, Amira Asha Wilson, is currently going through some difficulty medically. Nothing major that we know, but just make dua for her without me being too specific. Just make dua for the sister to recover. Inshallah, she'll join us next week, inshallah ta'ala, for the topic polygynous dreams versus monogamous money, fiance with no finance. Okay? So inshallah, she'll join us next week, and may Allah bestow upon her his most excellent cure and most excellent healing that only he can provide, inshallah ta'ala. So we are going with today. Today we are, it's not letting me show it, but We're going with simping. Is simping a sign of hypocrisy? You knew he was a snake when you let him in. Okay. As promised, we're going to deal with the brothers. Okay. We know, and I have to start this way. So, truth knows no gender. Truth respects no man. You must be upon the truth in order to be respected. So, the Derrick Jackson phenomena was that he was a well off, can't say wealthy, but I guess you can say rich, uh, handsome, fit fella. He's pretty fit, and he was also married. Okay, and he would go on and he would simp for women, and he would tell them exactly what they wanted to hear. As I mentioned before, if you went to a therapist and the therapist says, yes, you are hearing voices. Yes, you should obey those voices. Yes, you are a cat. Yes, you are a giraffe. Yes, you are a koala. Then you are not helping patients. That's called dysphoria. When a man goes to a doctor and say, I think I'm a woman inside, that's called dysphoria. Okay, there's some chemical, natural imbalance that makes that man think that he is what he is not. When a woman goes to a doctor and says, I think I'm a man inside, you know, and that might be because she can't get a man inside. So she said, I think I'm a man inside. If the doctor says, yes, you are a man inside, then what happens is that this is called dysphoria, and this doctor is not helping her. One true event happened at a workplace. This Muslim brother worked beside this Kafir guy for many, many years. And he came to work one day in a dress, lipstick, makeup, maybe a wig. I don't know what else he had on. I didn't see him, but it was described to me. He asked him, he said, what is this? Why do you come to work dressed like that? He said, well, I went to my doctor and I told my doctor the feelings I was having inside or the issues I was having. And the doctor said, perhaps you're a woman. Perhaps you're a woman. So that doctor telling him that was a turning point, and he acted on his dysphoria, and he started to come to work dressed as a woman. Not a woman, but dressed as a woman. You've heard of Halloween. That's what we are experiencing in these modern day times. So Derrick Jackson was telling people, women, what they wanted to hear, and he was really harsh upon the men, at the men. And this got him even more money. Women bought his books, bought his stories, bought his rhetoric. They super chatted him. A lot of super chats. I mean, sent them all kind of money to make them feel good inside. But the whole time he was a snake. My wife said, have you heard of this Derrick Jackson? I said, no, I have not. She said, would you like to hear it? I listened to him. It wasn't even 5 minutes later. I say 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute later. I say, this man is a charlatan. This man is a charlatan. No man feels like that. Okay? He's a charlatan. I say, he's telling you what you want to hear. I say, he's one of the most dangerous of individuals. As Muslims, who are the most despised and dangerous of individuals? The munafiqun, the hypocrite, is a person that says with their mouth what is not within their heart. So this Derrick Jackson guy, when I first heard him, I knew what he was about. When I first heard him, I knew what he was about. Because nobody is all one way. Nobody is all one way. You got to have a balance there. You got to understand the issues with men, the issues with women, and you come in and try to alleviate and remedy. Okay? This man was a charlatan. He was a snake. I saw him before you brought him in. I knew he was a snake. I knew he was a snake. And for those of you that don't understand the analogy, there was a snake out in the snow, nearly froze to death. Someone took that snake, brought it inside the house, put it in front of the fireplace, and wrapped it up in blankets. The snake cooled off, And as soon as the snake felt well, the snake bit the one that saved his life. The man or the woman, whatever scenario you prefer, laid down, and before they took their last breath, they said, "But I saved you. I cared for you. I nurtured you. I fed you. I gave you drink. I warmed you so that you could revive being near death. Why did you bite me?" And the snake said, "You knew I was a snake before you invited me in. You knew I was a snake before you took me in." That's where the analogy comes from. So this guy, Derek Jackson, I knew he was a snake from jump. From jump, I knew he was a snake. Okay. Now, how does that relate to a simp? This man was the king of simps. There's some more. There's more. Like I said, when Kevin Samuels died, the truth didn't die. His perspective didn't die. The manosphere didn't die. Red pill didn't die, or what have you. None of that died. The statistics didn't die. You know, the polls didn't die. The societal analysis didn't die. You know, the records that are down at the courthouse, at the federal building, those things didn't die. They know about single this, single that, one parent household. They know about all this type of stuff. It's statistics, it's percentages. Okay. So none of that stuff died with Kevin Samuels. And the same with Derek Jackson. Things did not die even though his notoriety fell. And because he continues to spew this catered, it's a well catered delivery that he has, and it's to make women thrive in their dysphoria. He'll rise again if he has not already. He lost a lot of followers, but he'll rise again. Okay? He might become a minister. I mean, that seems to be the way to go. That's a lot of money in that. Kanye found to make a lot of money through the ministry, so on and so forth. So again, simping is simping, Simping, sisters say, see, sometimes my topics be good. My topics are always good. Get in where you fit in. Okay, so is simping a form of hypocrisy? You knew I was a snake when you invited me in. This is the issue. Okay, we have with these charlatan men that tell women what they want to hear. We have a buffer. That buffer is your wali or wakil. The woman has to let the wali or wakil do his job. If you find that he is not doing his job, you need to dump him. Dump that wakil. Dump that wali. Dump them because they are not doing their job. I got dumped as a wakil or wali because I did not approve of a man that the sister wanted to marry. So I got dumped. So I understand about the issue of being dumped. I understand that issue. Okay, that's fine with me. But now you're left to your own desires. You're left to your own dysphoria. Allah instituted wali wakil for a particular reason. That's why when the Hanafis say a woman that is ayyam or thayyib, divorced or widowed, does not need a wali or a wakil, I say, did she leave the sphere of womanhood? Is she not still a woman? Is she not a more emotional being than a man, that if she hears what she likes, she may gravitate toward it? After 7, Babyface Brother said what? I'll give you the sun, the rain, the wind, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the world and all that you pray for, and even more. I can't sing, but you get the point. Sun, rain, wind, stars, mountains, world, and all that you pray for, and even more. What woman would not accept that as a dowry? Women have been finessed out of their dowry by sweet-talking men. Men have promised a dowry and went through all of the nonsense of, oh yeah, I'll give you 50,000. I'll give you 1,000 down. And every month I'll give you another 1,000 till we hit that 50, and that'll take me a little bit more than 4 years. Okay? And the woman says, yes. So now I can tell everybody I got a $50,000 dowry. That's braggadocious, right? What happens? She gets that. He said, look, give me until this date to get the first payment. Right now, because the dowry is something I have to give you, let me give you $1. I'm going to cash up you $1 up front. Then when the first hit, I'm going to hit you with that 1,000. She said, yay, I'm going to get 50,000 eventually. So he goes to the wedding bed, he smashes, then he dashes. That's the finesse. The wali has to know, is this man upon that standard? The wali has to demand, well, we're going to delay the marriage until you have that first 1,000. Okay? Not saying that makes it better, but hey, 1,000 beats $1, you know? And it's halal, it's not haram, except with his intentions, as Muhammad said, that any man that marries a woman with no intention of giving her her dowry, you're finessing her. You promise her the sun, rain, wind, stars, mountains, world, all that she prays for and even more. You're finessing her. Muhammad said, if you do not intend to give her a dowry, Allah will raise you as zani. He'll raise you as a fornicator. Okay? You won't be raised as married. You'll be raised as a fornicator because you're finessing. You're deceiving. Khud'a, deception. Kadhib, you're lying. So this is the issue. That's why the wali and wakil is so important. Now, Sister Isha Holder just posted, I would love to have on the show one day. Sister Isha Holder just posted that a sister, some anonymous sister, which we got to talk about that. Islam doesn't allow that, but have fun with it. Some anonymous sister says that the man, she married a man, went through the wali process. They had 5 sit downs. Come to find out he didn't have a car. He didn't have this. His house was dirty, all this stuff. All the stuff the wali could find out before the marriage. They had 5 dates. That's not sit downs. A sit down is for what purpose? A sit down is to look. Muhammad said, look at them. A sit down is to look. Look him up and down. Look at him. Look at his feet. Look at his head. Up and down. This is allowed for a man to look at a woman or a woman to look at a man. Okay? So you look at them. You listen to them speak. You can hear the diction. You hear the grammar. You can see if this guy's a certified idiot. If he's a certified idiot, or you can also see if he is legit. Okay? You can see if he's legit. So the wali's job is to do that. I suspect, as I told Sister Isha Holder, I suspect she acted as her own wali. She acted as her own wali, and she did not allow the wali to do his job. That's what I suspect. Isha Holder, after the fact, confirmed. She said, yeah, I think that might be the case. That might be the case. She acted as her own wali or own wakil. Now, before I continue, Brother Jawad said, and I like to go through the comments, I don't like to skip them. Jawad said 50K is a depreciating asset. Oh, 50K for a depreciating asset, but 50K is depreciating also with the inflation. So even though he's given 1,000, by the time Biden is through or whoever the next idiot jumps in, is through, that 50K is going to be worth less than that. You know what I'm saying? Those $1,000 payments. But nevertheless, he said she's a depreciating asset. Now, now you're going to say I'm simping. Watch this. I'm the type of man, I posted this before. I don't know if you saw it. I fall in love initially. I don't fall in love later. I fall in love initially. There's something about you that I love. I fall in love initially. Okay? Initially, I fall in love. After that, I learned to pull back because of some, circumstances. I pull back after that. So I fall in love initially. Another thing about me, well, I'm not boasting. I'm just being open and honest, okay? Another thing about me is that if my wife makes me happy and she's in the proper frame, I fall in love with her every time I see her. I fall in love all over again. Every time I see her. That's a quality that I have. I don't fall out of love. I get frustrated, I get depressed, I get through with. That's what I do. I don't fall out of love per se. I start off loving, then I settle down on to reality. Okay, I start off here, then I float back down to reality, and maybe that love stays. Maybe it stays. Okay, but every time I see my wife, I fall in love all over again. When they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, well, if she was absent for 5 minutes, was in the restroom, or 15 minutes in the shower, and she walked out of the shower, you know, past me or toward me, and I saw her again, I fall in love all over again. So that's a personal quality. But nevertheless, I don't feel like women, I'm saying this to say, I don't feel like women necessarily depreciate. They depreciate for the next dude. Look at it like an NBA contract. Who can pay Giannis Antetokounmpo? Who can pay him the most money? Okay, who can pay when LeBron James contract come back around? Who can pay him the most money? They set it up financially that the team that you're currently with can pay you more money than any team you will go to. They set it up that way. So a woman is valuable for the man she has. That's why she has to carry herself for that man. Okay? She can't carry herself for the streets. She can't put on makeup and lashes and the nails and the stuff that your man don't like. She can't dress in the way that her husband doesn't like. Then she's depreciating herself. Why? Because she's trying to appeal to the streets. That's where the depreciation comes in. She's not a depreciating asset in and of herself. My wife is not a depreciating asset. She can be Mandalic in an accident, and have to have vagina surgery and have to remove the vagina. She's not a depreciating asset because me as a Muslim man, I have option to marry someone else that can fulfill that. And if I marry anybody else and my wife was paraplegic or whatever, Mandalic, I would tell that next person, look, this is my wife. I need to help her, bathe, and I got to do all that. If you ain't gonna be helping with that, then we ain't gonna work. We got to actually help me with that. You're gonna get some of these blessings too, whether you want them or not. That's gonna be a stipulation. I'm not leaving somebody because their health depreciated, so on and so forth, or their looks depreciated. That's not why you leave. You leave when their looks are for the streets, when they're wearing mink eyelashes and they doing this. You ain't even gotta buy a ceiling fan or a fan in your house because every time they blink, you get a burst of air. Not even fresh. But nevertheless, I don't see women as depreciating assets except for that next man. A woman is depreciated for that next man. If she resigns with the team she's on, she resigns with her husband, meaning that she renegotiates the contract and come into her husband's frame, come close into her husband's frame, become more submissive, more traditional, more feminine, more fit, so on and so forth, more cooperative, then she gets paid the most with the man she's with. She depreciates when she goes to another team, with my NBA analogy. Now, Sister Betsy says, I'm going to beat Betsy up. Betsy, man, you going to rumble. I mean, you just don't understand. I'm going to fight you. Anyway, simping, she says, simping is definitely hypocrisy in many ways. Supporting women over what is right is wrong. That's right. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Brother Black Mind says, simping when a man is aware of the dynamics around is dangerous to other men, but listening to see if it's actual hypocrisy. Okay, inshallah ta'ala, we'll get there. Brother Jawad said, thinks the issue is the most that most women believe or feel that they are 50 to 100K when they are not. Bruh, a woman is priceless in your frame. A woman that comes under your frame as a man is priceless. A woman that wants 50K, she wants 1,000 down and 1,000 a month. Okay, my wife bought me a Toyota Tacoma. Okay, costs a lot of money. 2022 costs a lot of money. Okay, now I can't afford that Tacoma. She could. She bought it for me. Okay, so the thing is, she didn't pay it cash. There's payments to be made. Okay, with that being said, we'll own the Tacoma when we finish paying. Will you own that woman? You won't own her. She's asking for more than the mothers of the believers got. She's asking more than the daughter of the Rasul Muhammad sallam got. Is she worth that? Was not Fatima inside under Ali's frame? Yes, she was. Walla anhuma. She was under his frame. She was within his frame. Guess what else? She worked and her hands developed calluses and blisters, working on the housework. And the shuyukh today tell women, you don't have to do housework. It's not your responsibility. They even mistranslated the hadith that says, that Omar said, my wife cooks, cleans, take care of the kids, all this type of stuff, even though she don't have to. Like, man, boy, y'all just, this is not hadith, this is athar, this is just a report or what have you. But, I mean, boy, they find anything. These simp sheikhs, I need to talk about them just on the AYYTP, the Ambu Yum Yum, the park. I need to talk about that, the simp sheikhs. I think we talked about them before. I need to hit them again. But nevertheless, so 50 to 100K. Yes, the dowry has no ceiling and it has no basement. You can ask for whatever you want. But first of all, you shouldn't be asking. A mahar or a sadaq is offered. We talked about that, but we're not going to dwell on that too long. Keep asking. Keep asking. I want in the contract that I own you. I want in the contract that I own you. Okay? Literally. I'll pay 50K. I own you after that. And I only like the way that sounds, make me feel funny inside. But you get the point. I'm being facetious. Moneyline Parlay said, I would never pay more than $1,000 for a dowry. I don't care. I make a solid million. If I make a solid million next year. Now, my in my younger years, before I was 30, still in my 30 somethings. I think up until 30 something or 30 or my early 30s, I think say Facebook is lagging. I can't put the YouTube link. I can't even type in this forum. I can't even type in this forum. But I can go to the YouTube link and I can probably send it to your excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll send it to your DM. Nevertheless, what was I saying? Okay, I used to give $1,000 was my standard dowry. This is back in ya Allah, 2000 and before, early 2000s and before. I used to give a solid $1,000, at least a half carat ring. Now you might say, man, a half carat ain't nothing. Okay, you might say that, but guess what? At that time, for those particular women, they really appreciated that. They really appreciated that. So, that's what happened. They really appreciated that, and according to them, I did well. So nobody complained. Okay, so that's what I gave. I gave that $1,000 and I gave $1,000 and I gave at least a half carat diamond ring. At least a half carat. That's a lot of carats. At least a half carat diamond ring. So with that being said, you say a woman shouldn't ask for more than that. I don't think they should try to supersede or ask for more than the Rasul Muhammad sallam gave out. I don't think they should. I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem. I think that's hubris. Hubris is to overvalue yourself. You shouldn't ask. Maybe you got some traffic tickets that's going to interfere with your marriage, right? So what do? Okay. You say, hey, I got some traffic tickets. You think you can pay those off? He said, okay, okay, Habibati, I don't want you going to jail on our wedding night, so maybe he'll take care of those. Maybe you got something else, Habibati, my car is in the shop. I don't have any money to get it out. Could you help me by, getting the car out of the shop? And he says, La mushkila, no problem. I'll get it out, so on and so forth. So a woman should not be asking for a dowry. It should be offered to her. And that's when the counter comes in. He says, look, from this day forward, I'm going to be paying your bills. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. Okay. Uh, and you say, look, so I'm not going to put myself, in dire straits paying for a dowry. Okay. As I'm not going to do that. So this is what I'm offering you as a dowry. Do you accept? I'm worth more than that. Oh, you got a price. Well, how much is for you? How much? At least 50,000. Sold. Sold. I bet not hear no lip. I bet not hear no talk back. You better not leave this house. If you step outside to check the mail, I'm going to demand all that money back. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you 50K. I'm going to give you 2,000 a month. 2,000 down, 2,000 a month. It's all going in escrow. So just a year and 1 month, I'll pay that 50,000 off. It's all going in escrow. If you disobey me, I'm going to put 2,000 down. You disobey me between now and the next payment, I forfeit. You forfeit that 2,000. You disobey me again that next month, you forfeit that next 2,000. And you forfeit, and you forfeit, and you forfeit. And you better obey me. You better honor me. You better not dishonor me. You better not wear anything I don't approve of. You put too much makeup or any makeup at all, I'm forfeiting that next month of dowry. Can you do that? Because see, that's what's called sold. I went to the auction and bought a sheep before. At least I participated in buying the sheep or buying the goat. That man said, sold. And I owned that thing. I owned it so much, I cut it and I skinned it and I ate it. That's how much I owned it. So we have to get realistic. This is not about dowry. This is about simping. But I'm going to get through these comments, and then inshallah, I'm going to jump right back on it. I sent you the link if you got it. I sent you the link in your DM, Sister Betsy. I gave Christopher Alvarez say, alhamdulillah, I gave my wife $1,000 and a quarter carat. She was mashallah. I mean, good women, man, it ain't hard to please good women. Mashallah. May Allah Ta'ala continue to bless you, Yahi. It ain't hard. Isn't this problem in KSA where the dowry is too high and they have pull out loans to get married? Yeah. See, zina and homosexuality is born of these high dowries. They're born of these high dowries. Even the young women these days don't want to get married. Brother Black Mind could attest to that. Brother Amo Yusuf can attest to that. Women these days don't even want to get married in Saudi no more. They saying, man, look, I can drive a car now. My job pay me more. All I got to do is relax the hijab a little bit. My job pays me more. They ain't trying to get married no more, subhanAllah, So in the last one I'll go over before I jump back on topic, many of the foreign brides definitely under ownership. Well, see, if I was in a country where I could exercise my wiggles, if I was in a country where I know my child wouldn't be taken because they don't favor the woman just because, she is a woman. And by the way, Matt Walsh, I know what a woman is. Anyway, so this is the issue. Okay, so back to the topic. This simping is the ultimate hypocrisy because this simping is not born of sincerity. Simping is not born of sincerity, but it is born of telling the woman what she wants to hear. That's what it's born of. Who does that? Used car salesmen. Used car salesmen do that. My faithful Amo Yum Yum Cup. Used car salesmen do that. Okay. It's born of telling women what they want to hear. Who else does that? Pimps, players, Mac Daddies, whatever you want to call them, they do that. Guess who else pimps? Military recruiters. They told somebody said, hey, recruiter said, hey, you want to come in the military, man? A lot of good benefits. The guy said, nah, man, I'm in the studio. I'm trying to get this record deal. I'm close to it. He say, did you know Mystical went to the military? Yeah, Mystical was in the military. He said, man, military ain't finna stop. Matter of fact, military can help you. Studio time. We got this facility, that facility. They tell you whatever you want to hear. Next thing you know, you're on the front line fighting people that ain't done nothing to you. Fighting so-called enemies that ain't done nothing to you. You know? You done kill the relative of the dude down the street, one of your best neighbors. You done killed his relative. You know? And if you're a Muslim, Allah Ta'ala says, whoever kills a believer intentionally, your payment is hell. So basically, the recruiter tells you exactly what you want to hear to get you in the military, because once you're in, you have no say. You have no self-determination. Once you're in, you're in. So if they give you medicine and they inspect your barracks and find the medicine and the quantity of the medicine was that you did not take a pill a day, a pill, 2 pills a day, or 1 every 4 hours, whatever they told you to do. If they find the quantity of medicine is higher than what it should be because you didn't take it, I don't know what they'll do if you took too many, but because you didn't take it properly, they write you up for destroying military property. When you sign up for 4 years, you signed up for life, young boy, young girl. You signed up for life. They can always call you back. So it's not that simple, okay? So the recruiter tells you exactly what you want to hear to get you in. Next thing you know, you're on the front line somewhere. You know? You're on the front line somewhere. Deception. Clear deception. So the simp is telling the woman what she wants to hear. The Palestinian sister long ago wanted to marry me. And she said, I have a question to ask. Have you, she said, and be honest. I said, why would you even be interested in me if you knew I was not, if you felt I was not honest? Why would you be interested? Okay. Question. Have you ever hit a woman? Yes. I can't believe you told me that. I can't believe you. I said, you asked me a question. I gave you an honest answer. Now, do you want to know the parameters around why that happened or how it happened? Was I stabbed first? Was I shot at? Am I just a wife beater? You want to know the parameters. I say, let's get into that, the particulars, the anecdotes. I say, but you asked me a question. I gave you an answer. An honest answer. And that is the issue. See, the way she was so shocked, she would have been more comfortable if I lied to her. Call me a lie. Call me a lie. I'm saying you in the chats. Call me a lie if you think she wouldn't have been more comfortable if I lied to her. She wouldn't have been more comfortable if I lied to her. Yes, I lied. I didn't lie to her. I told her the truth and she was in shock. But if I would have told her a lie, of course I'd never hit a woman. That should have been like, oh, mashallah, alhamdulillah, over a lie. But the shock was in the truth. The shock was in the truth. And that is the issue. Why is it that many Muslim women forgive their husbands? Also Kafir women forgive their husbands for cheating, quote unquote cheating. Men can't cheat, but Muslim men can't cheat. Well, let's go into the particulars. Okay, let's use the word for lack of English, okay? Or lack of a better English term. Women forgive their husbands for cheating. The same women give a man, I won't say allow because it's not their right. The same women give their husband a hard time to marry a second wife. So what she told you when y'all first started courting, I want somebody that could teach me the deen. We could practice the deen together. We can walk hand in hand toward Jannah and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's what she told you. As soon as you say, look, Habibati, I'm thinking to get another wife, I don't want that to cause problem between us. It's halal. And, you told me you wanted to walk toward Jannah and things like that. I need this for my deen. Why ain't I enough? Why was not Aisha radiallahu anha enough? You know what I'm saying? Why was not Sauda radiallahu anha enough? Why were they not enough? So the point I'm getting is that It's called hubris. You are overvaluing yourself. I should be enough. So you should be better than the wife of the Rasul Muhammad, the mother of the believers, the Mu'mineen. You should be better than that. What makes you better than that? Because you're better at makeup? Your nails, your acrylic nails are longer than their natural nails? You know? You got tattoos that they didn't have? I mean, what is making you better than them? Well, I feel you should be enough for a man. That's the point I'm trying to get at. So you got these simp dudes telling you exactly what you want to hear, and honesty is not in the reality for you. Honesty is not in the sphere for you. You don't want honesty. Honesty shocks you, and the truth, the falsehood, the lies relax you. That's what we notice. So simps prey on you. Simps prey on you women that like to hear what they like to hear. Do you know how many simps? Derek Jackson was a simp. Do you know how many simps were in his super chats? Do you know how many simps were messaging women on the side, private messages? Yeah, I ain't got much money as Derek Jackson. I ain't as handsome, as tall, as strong as he is, but I'm on that same BS. How about we go on a date? Oh, you on that same BS? Let's go on a date. That's exactly what happened. Simping is so dangerous. I'm gonna tell you what I would do. My daughter, when she becomes of age, or my daughter that's of age, if she says, I want to marry this boy. He proposed to me at the college. He proposed to me at high school. He proposed to me whatever, right? Or he introduced the idea, possibly he wants to speak to you. So he comes, and I'm going to say, look, we're going to sit down. We're going to be honest. I don't want to hear any kalam farag. Kalam farag is like Arabic for BS. Don't actually mean bull dung, but kalam farag means nonsense talk. Okay, nonsense talk. Kalam farag. I don't want to hear any of that. Be honest with me. Name a reason ever that you would hit my daughter. Oh, brother, astaghfirullah, I would never judge. And he could possibly be telling the truth. And I really didn't want to do this here. I'm going to do it anyway. Did the Rasul Muhammad ever hit a woman? Oh, no, the Rasul never. There's a clear hadith where Muhammad hit Aisha in the chest, and she said it hurt. They say, no, brother, it was a bush. Brother, no, don't, astaghfirullah, brother, you are slandering the Rasul. Don't say he hit a woman. It was a bush. Okay, that bush, she said it hurt. She said it hurt. Okay? She left the house without letting him know and lied about leaving. And she was spying on him, the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu. Okay? She was spying on him, and she left the house without letting him know, without permission, and she lied about it. And he hit her in the chest. Some say it was a backhand, some say whatever. You could say it was a bush. At the end of the day, she said it hurt. But Aisha Anha reported that Muhammad never hit a woman. Perhaps before that day. Perhaps, remember the hadith, man, we're living life, We're living life. Aisha Anha also said Muhammad never touched the hand of a woman. And there's other hadith about touching women's hands, but those are touches with intention. Those not just touching, because Muhammad was giving a woman a bay'ah, the allegiance. She was taking shahada, and he told her what Islam required of her, so she withdrew her hand and said, Ya Rasulullah, I got to go do something. She did a thing, because if she did that thing after shahada, it would count as a sin. It would count as shirk. It may even cancel her shahada. So when she did a thing, she came back, then she took the shahada, gave the bay'ah to the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu, and she withdrew her hand. It's in the hadith. So what I'm trying to get at with this being said is that these individuals are telling you what you want to hear, And if my potential son-in-law tells me what he thinks I want to hear, he's not qualified. I'm not saying he can't come back in 3 months and retry again. He can reapply in 3 months. But I need him to marinate in that calam farak he tried to pull on me, okay? I need you to marinate in that. And I got one coming up called Dear Son-in-Law. It's actually already written. It's called Dear Son-in-Law. It's not something I'm making up right now. I actually got it in my notes. It's called Dear Son-in-Law. It's going to be how I would be with my son-in-law, my potential son-in-law that's courting my daughter, okay? So let me catch up to the comments before I continue. Brother Black Mind says a Palestinian wanted you. She didn't know any better. That's all. He said LL just joking. She was not ready to know you. Protect yourself. She was on my time, bro. She was on my type time. Yeah, she was on my time. She was a virgin, all that good stuff. Her father saw a picture of me in the newspaper, in an interview I gave after 9/11, and he said, no niggas. Literally, he said, no niggas. This was the Palestinian dad at the masjid that had black friends, white friends, Mexican friends. He got along with the black people at the masjid. He was a good brother, but he was a racist. He said, and I told her, I said, if only he got to know me, he would have 100 reasons to reject me. If only he got to know me, he would have 100 reasons to reject me. But all he saw was this cocoa brown cinnamon caramel with ginger sprinkled skin. That's all he saw, And he rejected me based on that. So, whatever. I still could have married his daughter if I wanted to out of spite, but I didn't do that. I didn't want to break up the family. Wasn't worth it. Okay, Brother Black Mind says she thought it would be easy target for her punches without hitting back. Glad you ain't. MashaAllah. Okay. Let me see. The man traveled outside to get married. Okay. Oh, he's talking to Black Mind. He said, I grew up here in the States. Guys openly spin plates and don't care. Jawad says there is a video online where the guy openly says he had at least 10 women who a week, in a week. I keep saying in a week. Okay, 10 women in a week, subhanAllah. Okay, Sister Betsy is saying women always move the goalpost too. They will say you can do this when XYZ, and they will always have new goals and finish lines once you accomplish XYZ. That's true. That's why you don't seek permission. You don't even have to give them the knowledge. It's not wise not to give them the knowledge that you're going to marry another woman. But sometimes you got to protect yourself, man. Sometimes the society will be on your head. It ain't just your wife. It's the society might be on your head. And she may be of and from society. A man who ain't spinning plates has to pretend he is to get a shot at one, though. Okay. Let me see. Jawad says some women want the man that is spinning plates. They find him attractive. They think maybe I would change him. Y'all using spinning plates. I think I get it, but I'm not familiar with spinning plates. So he did hit Aisha. I never knew that. But his wives would get out of pocket too. But his wives wouldn't. You said his wives wouldn't get out of pocket, I guess, is what you're trying to say. Nevertheless, a simp is very deceptive, and if a man wanted to marry my daughter, he would have to be straightforward. I don't want you to hit my daughter. I'd rather you talk to me. I'll set her straight. If you ever feel like the need to do so, I would want you to call me. I'll get my belt out and I'll spank the mess out of her. I don't care how old she is. I'll spank the mess out of her. If she's acting outside of a wife's frame, But if you just want to be a jerk, and abuse my daughter, I'm going to ask that you set her free. Now, the first incident that you get physical with my daughter, I'm not going to come over and shoot you in your face. I'm going to ask you, is everything okay? Because I want to preserve the marriage. I approved of you, son. I want to preserve the marriage. I need to find out, is everything okay, man? What can we do to prevent this? Did you get drunk and hit my daughter? I'm going to beat you up. Did you do some drugs and hit my daughter? I'm going to beat you up. Okay? That's real talk. I'll beat you up at the masjid. So I don't think you can hide behind the imam or hide behind his skirt or his thobe. We're not having that, okay? But if it's normal husband-wife stuff, something happened and you lost it, look, man, that don't mean divorce for me. And that don't mean I'm going to beat you up. That don't mean that. So the issue is to preserve the marriage, okay? So this is discussion that would have, you know what I'm saying? It's not a pro-man discussion. I need my daughter to be in marriage, okay? I don't want her outside of marriage. You like that dude, he liked you, I approve of him enough for y'all to get together. So let's try to make this thing work. There's going to be ups and downs. It ain't got to be physical. It can be anything. It can be anything. She's depressed. She's not eating. She comes to visit. She's losing weight. What's going on? Habibati, what's happening? Well, we haven't. Well, y'all got to talk to me about that. Don't try to. Y'all young. Y'all both stupid. Let's try to work this thing out. Daddy done been married 1,000 times. Let's work it out and see how we can, keep this thing together and keep both of y'all happily together, inshallah ta'ala. So that's one thing. But with a simp is a dangerous individual. A simp is like a moderate. Kafirs, political term moderate. Kafirs don't like moderates, especially conservative Kafirs. Moderate Muslims to conservative Kafirs are hypocrites. They are saying, because you're moderate, we don't know if you're with us or really with us. We don't know if you're with us or really not with us. I've heard Glenn Beck, or one of those high-end talking Kafir conservative heads, say it himself. He said, we don't trust moderate Muslims. A moderate Muslim is a hypocrite. He said it himself. Allah Ta'ala says something, the Arabic, I forget, dabda baina dhalik, or something like that. Dabda baina dhalik. It says, they're neither this side or they're to and fro, they're back and forth. They're neither with this side nor with that side, but they're trying to play a course right in the middle. And Allah Ta'ala tells them another place that whoever tries to seek a course down the middle, they're equally kuffar. So if you got a toe in kufr and a toe in the deen, you are equally kafir. You can't play the fence. So, and I'm not that good with Arabic, so I could have destroyed it, but I know it says baina dhalik or something like that. Mudabda baina dhalik, whatever. So this is the point that I'm getting to. The kuffar don't trust you as a moderate. The simps are the moderates of relationships. The simps are the moderates of relationships. Because they're going to be, oh yeah, I'm liberal. They give it to conservatives. Oh yeah, I'm conservative. They give it to Muslims. Assalamu alaikum. That's what they do. That's what they do. So you have to be really, really careful. If a man is telling you what he wants to hear, let's talk about it. Ask him some questions. I ain't got to be your wakil. Say, look, Sadiq, can you talk to him for me? Let's ask the hard questions. What instance would you ever hit a woman? Is there any possibility? Oh man, I'll never. Okay, what if you come home and you see your neighbor's naked booty jump out the window, the bedroom window, and you know it's your neighbor because you see the tattoo. He got a tramp stamp, So, then what? Oh, I would go to the imam. Man, you would tell the imam? Ooh, man, that's shameful. I would call her dad. I would call her dad and say, look, man, you got to come get her, bro. I'm cool, calm, and collected now, but you got to come get her. Out of here. Out of here. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Her uncle, older son, brother, you got to come get her, man. Take her to higher ground like Noah alayhi salam's son was trying to find during the flood. But nevertheless, simps are dangerous. Sisters, I warn you, simps are the most dangerous man on the face of the earth. Simps are dangerous. The ones that tell you how unique you are, how special you are. And for you sisters, all you brothers, if you're following this, if you think that you are some type of snowflake, if you think that you are special, if you think that Allah created somebody for you, Allah created somebodies for you, many people for you. And sometimes you're in a phase of life where now this person's good for you. When I was younger, my wives were skinny, okay? My girlfriends were skinny. My wives were skinny. Then when I got older, I can appreciate, heavier, thicker, more voluptuous. I can appreciate that. I like the visual, right? I like the visual. So this is what we're talking about. So in certain phases of life, your preferences may change. Stop thinking there's one person for you. Look, how many kids you got? Let's stop. How many kids you got? You still waiting on that one special someone? Look, we got to be realistic. A simp will tell you, I'm gonna raise these kids like they my own. They biological dad ain't gotta do nothing. They gotta do that. That's what a simp gonna tell you. A real man gonna tell you what? Hey, where's the father? How active is he in the kid's life? Does he want these kids? Does the father want these kids? Yeah, but I ain't giving up my kids for nobody, not even for Allah and His Messenger. No, I ain't. Allah and His Messenger. Okay, yeah. See, I see how this marriage gonna go. I see how this marriage gonna go. Allah is not gonna be the God of this marriage, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is not gonna be the messenger of this marriage. I see how this marriage is gonna go, and I see that if we have children together, how you would be toward me. Simps tell you what you want to hear. When somebody like myself or Black Mind or the late Kevin Samuels or somebody tells you brass facts, you don't like it. You don't like it. Not saying everything Kevin Samuels said was true. What he said was true, and what he said what was not true. But Allah blessed me enough to know haq versus batil. So therefore, if somebody brings something true, I can accept it, male or female, Kafir or Muslim. If somebody brings something that's false, it's going to be rejected whether it comes from a Muslim or not. Okay? And that's how it works. Before I continue, to close it out, I'm going to hit these comments again. The brother says, okay, Brother Jawad, good point. Some women want the man that is spinning plates. They find him attractive. They think maybe I will change him. What they think he's going to spin the plate backwards, go past these ones I already read. I meant that his wives would get out of pocket. Aisha spied on him. His wives deceive another wife into provoking a divorce, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam forgot what else they did. Okay, yeah. From Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and I forgot what else. Yeah, a lot of stuff. One time he stayed away from them for 29 days. They thought he would divorce all of them. And Allah says, if you decide to divorce them, I'll give you better wives, more submissive, more pleasing to your eyes, so on and so forth. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wasn't sweating it. Allah promised him better wives than the mothers of the believers. So if the mothers of the believers, it's in Quran, Allah promised Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam better wives than the mothers of the believers if he decided to divorce them. You think that your husband should stop seeking? Don't believe the simps. Don't believe the simps. They are deceptive. They are snakes. They're making it very hard for us men that try to be open, honest, and upfront. I want 3 wives. I want 3. My testosterone goes up. My libido is heightened. I don't get tired, okay? I'm saying the more wives, Allah blesses me more, okay? So that's what I want. That's my goal. Okay? And I feel like when I did have 3, I was happy. I was happy if I felt like I was doing my due diligence and doing my duty, okay? But I was happy in that situation. My gaze was easy to lower. All this, I wasn't even looking for another one. I'm like, oh man. Really, when I had 2, I didn't want a third one. But the third one was introduced. The mom was begging me, please marry my daughter. She needs somebody like you. And I married her. And I was happy in the situation until the situation was no more. Until I was not happy. But nevertheless, I'm going to be open and honest. You know what I'm saying? My wife ain't tripping about, me marrying another woman. You know what I'm saying? But she has to be given her propers. I don't mean I ain't got to tell her. I ain't got to forewarn her. I ain't got to do none of that. But as a courtesy, because she's in a feminine frame, she stays in a feminine frame as much as she can, even though I'm a real jerk. She can tell you. So I'll give her that courtesy. And like I said, we go through phases. It's a phase I'm in. So, nevertheless, let me see. Brother Black Mind said, I've heard them say that every woman wasn't with OBL wasn't really Muslim, wasn't with him. Every every Muslim that wasn't with OBL was okay. Okay, I thought they said woman. Subhanallah, he said Muslim. I'm like, hey, everybody slept with that nigga. Anyway, so yeah, they said stuff like that. Yeah, they said stuff like that. He was a hero, man. Sheikh Tina Turner, she said we don't need another hero. And when the kuffar prop up heroes amongst us, even if they vilify them, it's called promotion. You know what they say in Hollywood? No publicity is bad publicity. Even if it's bad, it's still good. That's what they mean, because you're getting the name out. Your name is ringing bells. So everybody try to make themselves relevant or consistently relevant. He said, ironically, men are trained to simp in that society by women. And they bring up all these hadith and instances, and I can balance that out with other hadith and instances. I can balance it out. But I don't want to trade hadith like like a tennis match. I don't want to do that. I'm saying I do not want to do that. I don't want to trade hadith like that. We need to understand instances. I'll give you one example of that. A young man came to Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Qasim. Alhamdulillah, glad you're here. A young man came to Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, Ramadan, can I kiss my wife? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no, do not kiss your wife. An older man came to Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, can I kiss my wife Ramadan? He said, yes, you can kiss your wife. Now, it didn't make it haram to kiss your wife. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kissed Aisha, anha, didn't break his fast or his wudu. Okay, so the issue is this: that you're allowed to kiss your wife, but if you're young, it's like a big makruh, it's a big dislike. Why? Because you may, and when I was young, I had problems, man. It can happen. You may want to go to the next stage. Okay, let's do this. We're not gonna break our fast. Let's do this. We're not gonna break our fast. Let's do that. We're not gonna break our fast. Let's do that. And it's a young thing. Not really age, but a viral person. An older man knows to keep her busy. You stay busy. Keep her busy. You stay busy. Keep your fast. Okay, but that older man was told yes, and the younger man was told no. And that's why I'm saying, by this analogy, what I'm saying, by this analogy, we can we can learn from this that situation require different practices and understanding. It don't mean Islam is not changing. If it was haram for the young man, it was haram for the older man. But it's not a haram situation. Every amr, every command is not a fard. Okay? Every command is not a fard. Every don't doesn't mean reach the level of haram. It's called the qarina. The qarina, you see a scale. For you former drug dealers, y'all know what that scale about. You see a scale. The qarina is the weighing of the evidence. If it reaches the level of haram, if it reaches the level of fard, but sometimes it doesn't reach that level. It don't reach haram, it's still makruh, just dislike. It don't reach fard, but it reach mandub, which is recommended. Okay, so on and so forth. So again, we have to understand these things, and it's really important that we understand our deen, so we can root out these simps, man. I'm gonna tell you who was the ultimate simp. Watch this, brother Black Mass. I hope you marry 4 and don't go broke doing it either. I got plans. Actually, my ex-wife introduced something that we should do together as an online project. I think it's gonna be really successful. We're gonna announce it, inshallah, soon when we iron out the kinks, inshallah ta'ala. Brother Qasim said, talk to him, Sheikh. Man, I ain't making no shake money. My money's shaky. Okay. So last thing I'll say before I get into the next thing, men be responsible. Women learn to live efficiently with less. Rich men are rare. Charity is more important than showing off your husband's money. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And that's another show. Do not tell your wife what you earn. Bad move. Simp move. Simp move. I'm going to give you the ultimate simp. His name was Musaylama al-Kadab. Musaylama al-Kadab. Muhammad sallam said, I am Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. Musaylama says, I am Musaylama, also the messenger of Allah. Okay? He said that. What makes Musaylama the ultimate simp? Some people that heard the Rasul Muhammad sallam, okay? Chastity is more important than showing up. Yeah, okay. I said charity. Okay, chastity. I'm black. I went to Sam Houston High School, named after this non-hero dude. So I didn't learn well, straight out the hood. But anyway, so it's chastity. Okay, so Musaylama al-Kadhab, who claimed to be a messenger at the time of the Rasul Muhammad sallam. Okay, Musaylama countered the Islamic hidayah, the Islamic guidance. He countered the hududullah, the hudud, which is the borders Allah put around the ummah, that we don't act outside of that in thought, in behaviors, in speech, what have you. Okay. Musaylama comes with a plan. He could not produce or reiterate the like of Quran, not even one surah, not even 3 verses. He couldn't do it. But he said, okay, khamr is haram in the real Islam. I'm going to make khamr halal, or at least a portion of it. Oh, you got to wear hijab in the real Islam? Oh, I'm going to say you ain't got to cover like that. Oh, you got to pay zakat? Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of that. You got to pay jizya if you're Ahl Dhimma? Oh, I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, you got to make salat? Oh, man, we ain't got to pray all that. We ain't got to do all that, man. That's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ramadan, man, I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now thinking about Ramadan. Musaylama relaxed a lot of the Islamic traditions, beliefs, practices. He relaxed a lot of it. So some people that heard Muhammad sallam, they saw him. They sat with the Rasul Muhammad sallam, the real one. Okay? They left him and went to join the cult of Musaylama al-Kadhab. He simped like no other. He is the great grandfather of Derrick Jackson. He simped before Derrick Jackson was born, many years. 1,400 years before Derrick Jackson was born, maybe, close to it. He simped. He altered the rules he understood for Islam to give people what they like. Think about the favorite shuyukh you have today, the famous ones. The famous shuyukh you have today. Simp. Mufti Mink, so on and so forth. They love to simp. They simp Omar Suleiman, Numan Ali Khan. They love to simp one of the greatest ones today, Hamza Yusuf. They love to simp and tell you what you want to hear, not just relationship-wise. I know Mufti Mink got some soft relationship stuff, but not just relationship-wise, but they simp in order to keep the numbers of their followers up. They made a song about those sheikhs called Do Anything for Clout. They clout chasing, bro. Ain't nowhere in the world you gonna be sheikhul, some say Muhammad some never hit a woman. Brother, it was a bush. It was a bush and you full of bush. You full of bush. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem that I'm having. Simps, yes, in summary, are hypocrites. Anybody that tells you what you want to hear, shaitan. Anybody tells you want to hear, Musaylama al-Kadhab. Anybody that tells you what you want to hear, Derrick Jackson. They all got something in common. They all got something in common. The Iblis jumped off the hawk, chose Batil, cursed to the hellfire. Musaylama al-Kadhab could not conform to the confines of the Islamic frame, so he started his whole nother frame and simped many of the principles of Islam. Hellfire. Derrick Jackson. I ain't saying he going to hell. I hope I can come across him, or some Muslim brother can come across him and give him dawah. Tell him, get off that Christianity, bro, and get you, 2, 3 wives, 4 wives, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your wife, I think your wife will stick around, but she really into that church like real. Well, she into that church like his wife into that church. Boy, ooh, Derrick Jackson in church like that. Maybe getting some girls from church, but he ain't in church like that. He's a charlatan. So, in conclusion, You knew he was a snake when you let him in, because everything you desired, he hissed it. He hissed everything you desired. When he bites you, you'll come running back. I hope the sister not in the room. She's going to beat me up. But the sister said, I don't talk to brothers one-on-one. You got to talk through my wakil. I don't talk to brothers. It don't work out. It didn't work out. You got to talk. That man needs to know you. Need to know that man. A lot of wakils and walis are, they're not carrying the load. They're not doing their due diligence. They're not doing their job. And some of us try to do our job. We get fired. What are we going to do? Hey, we just live in the moment, inshallah ta'ala. Brother Black Mind has some knowledge for me. Musaylama sounds like the kind of kid that tested every boundary his parents set and got whipping and never learned from one whipping. Yeah, true. Jawad says, you are saying knitting isn't masculine? I got to put down my needles? That's Mufti Mink. We're talking about masculinity and the need. We're talking about the China. China is trying to get rid of all this soft stuff with dudes. He said, China's trying to build a powerful military, a world power. You can't have no sucker soft dudes. Like Russia ain't going for that sucker soft stuff. You know what I'm saying? So China said we need to make our boys more masculine and talk about masculinity and stuff like that. And Mufti Mink said, no, we need to teach our boys to knit. And he started knitting on video. And sisters like, mashallah, I wish I had a husband like him. Then what you gonna do? And I'm going to share something with you. What you going to do when somebody run up on you? You going to knit? You going to knit some handcuffs on him real quick? You're going to be the world's fastest knitter? Now, I'm in earlier, me and Brother Hamid, this dear brother of mine, we were at Lowe's, Home Depot. He wanted my advice on something, that he wanted to purchase for his home, Because I'm officially retired. I'm resigned. I can't. I'm disabled. I'm disabled mentally and physically. So I got to stop pointing down, point over here. Mentally and physically, okay? I can't point down because that make people think a certain way. But nevertheless, so I'm telling him, giving my advice. I still do that, just as a courtesy, not for pay. And he, Brother Hamid, walking through the store, and I see this woman. She's with this guy. And my mind works like this, right? So I'm like, man, I said, how is he going to protect her? SubhanAllah, I'm like, how is he going to, I'm thinking in my mind, like, how is he going to protect her? And then I saw another couple. I said, I don't know if they're married or not. Kufar, they'll be engaged for 30 years and never get married, Muslims are doing stuff like that too. So that's how they get the goodies for free, put their hand in the cookie jar. The whole hand fits in, that's a problem. But nevertheless, hopefully I didn't catch that. But the issue is that, I saw this other couple. I said, man, how is he going to protect her? And it's just my mind works like that. But nevertheless, simps are the biggest hypocrites. We have historical simps and we have modern day simps. Sisters, beware. I love you. I don't want you to get, involved with these simps. Stay away from them. Stay away from these simps. Nevertheless, let's go to DDP, Delusional Profile of the Week. Delusional Dating Profile, DDP of the Week. I'll try to make this quick. This comes from Goldie. Now, I don't like putting pictures of people. I'm not going to put a picture today, okay? She's kafira, Goldie looks like Stefan in the face. Now, of course, you people are viewing from Saudi, you're viewing from Timbuktu, Africa, you're viewing from Philly, you're viewing from New York, you're viewing from Texas, so on and so forth, okay? So you don't know who Stefan is. Stefan used to pop like, he's a pop lock. We used to dance, we used to dance against other groups in contests and try to win money. They was handing out $20 every time you win. This back in 80s, yeah, mid 80s, early 80s. We used to pop lock, try to win that $20 pass prize. One time we went up to $50. That was a lot of money back then. And we were just kids. So we used to pop lock and Stefan go, She looked like Stefan in the face. I said all that to say that. She looked like Stefan in the face. Meaning that she's not of the most desirable. If I was to do a Kevin Samuels and rank her from 0 to 10, and I couldn't use 7, I would go half of 7. She about a 3.5 in the face. I ain't seen her body, but she about 3.5 in the face. And she's not a heavy woman. She's not. But she's about 3.5 in the face, and we're going to deal with the face, okay? Goldie, who is 41 years old, says, talking about your ex, no go. Being boring, no go. Now, does he have, like, can he be boring, like, is it like baseball with 3 strikes of being boring? You know what I'm saying? Is it like baseball? Like, does he get 3 boring strikes? 3 boring conversations? 3 boring dates? What is happening here? Talking about his ex, if he does it once. So I don't know the details, okay? I haven't talked to Stefan. Goldie, okay? She says, don't like me, don't hit the like or don't swipe right and not start a conversation, period. That's a no-go. That's a stop, a don't symbol, okay? She says, not here to have sex with anyone. I wonder who would be the dude to do that with her. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, I've been single for 16 long years. I can believe it, Goldie. So bring something other than your ego. I'll bring a grammar book. Bring something other than your ego. Then as in the past. Okay? Or then as indicate in the future. If you do this, then I'll do that. You know? I'll bring a book of grammar. Okay? I'll bring a book of grammar. So other than your ego, I'll bring my ego and grammar book. Okay? I just want peace. She's gonna get the deuces. She'll get the deuces when they see her face. Anyway, so I'm being harsh. Let me stop that. She'll get the deuces because of her attitude. Okay, that's better. Loyalty, honesty, and respect. Allergic to unemployed. That grammar book is coming. That grammar book is going to be on the first date. I'm going to slide it across the table, hardback, limited edition, okay? Broke, materialistic, BS, and fake smiles. So keep the effery. Can't say that word. She being cute. Keep the effery to yourself. Oh man, there's no period. I would bring a book of punctuation and grammar, okay, to the first date, okay. I'm saying date figuratively, okay. I don't date Stefan. Okay, a real queen is present. A real queen is present. I was going to say she looked like she the queen of a pack of hyenas, but I ain't going to say that because that's mean. Okay, please bring respect and dignity. Please bring respect and dignity when speaking to me. Thank you, the letter U. How you say you in sign language? Is that you? You like this, right? Let me see. T-U-V. Yeah. Okay, you. Okay. When speaking to me, thank you for stopping by. P.S. For stopping by. P.S. For stopping by. P.S. Do not. For stopping by. P.S. Do not call. Come on, man. Stop playing so much. Let me get rid of this right here so you can see the bottom. Ya Allah, it's too much. Thank you for stopping by. P.S. Do not call me shorty. That's ghetto. Ironically, Stefan was from the ghetto. I used to pop lock with him, as I explained before. So let me go on to this next thing, okay? That is the opening statement, intro, whatever. Here is the bio particulars for Stefan. Goldie, 41 years old. Also interested in cars and trucks. Okay, whatever. Okay, looking for friendship, long-term relationship. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, she's excommunicated like 90% of the people that could potentially be in her search pool. Okay. Located in San Antonio, Texas. She's right here with me. If I get jumped on, y'all know why. Okay. She's 5'5". She's slender, of the slender variety. On pictures she looked taller than what she actually is. So 5'5". Okay. Client advocate at self-employed. I don't know what that means. She smokes often. So not only she look like Stefan, she smoke like Stefan. Okay. She has kids. Black Mind, Brother Jawad, Brother Qasim, so on and so forth. Check this out. Do you think that her baby daddies or her baby daddy measures to what she's requiring of this next man? I would answer for you and say no. I bet you her baby daddy or baby daddies do not measure up to what she's requiring of this next man. Subhanallah. Okay. Grad school degree. Men are not impressed. Men don't care about that. She never drinks, but she smokes. She never drinks. She can make, how you doing? Thank you for taking me on the date. Please don't come with the BS. Respect me. I am a electronic queen. Anyway, so she never drinks, okay? She's spiritual, meaning she has no guidance in her life. She has no guidance. She makes it up as she goes along. Every time she wake up, she's a new religion. People that say they're spiritual, I don't follow any orthodox religion. I don't follow any organized religion. That means they live a disorganized life and they are their own God, okay? Bad enough being Christian, a Jew, whatever, but they're their own God. They make it up as they go along. As they sit on the toilet, they make up a religion. She speaks English. I'm going to push back on that. I'm going to push back on the English. I'm going to push back, okay? I don't know if English is your first language. Should be your last one, though. From Corpus Christi, Texas, near the water. Harvard University, Van Horn High School. Ooh, she went to Harvard. Okay, Black Mind, Jawad, Brother Qasim, whoever else is in his room, Betsy, whoever. Do you think she went to Harvard? Does she sound like someone that went to Harvard? Does she have the diction? Does she have the grammar? Does she have the composition and rhetoric? You know? SubhanAllah. Yeah. I got one coming up that is so negative. It is so negative. Like, are you trying to set up a boxing match? Or are you trying to get a date or a long-term relationship? So negative. I heard better banter when Mayweather was going to fight, what's the Irish guy? MMA guy? Not Tyler. What's the Irish MMA guy that Mayweather fought for all the money in the world? Okay. Mayweather and him had less hardship and banter than this woman has in her profile. But inshallah, Conor McGregor. I said Tyler. Anyway, so Conor McGregor. Yeah, so the issue is that there was less banter with with Conor McGregor and Mayweather than it is on his profile. If I bring that profile up, if I can find it, I'll screenshot it. I'll present it to you, inshallah, next week. I've overstayed my welcome. I've overstayed my time. I pray that you all enjoy it. Again, I warn the sisters, do not cater to guys. Do not lean toward guys that tell you what you want to hear. Ask for negativity. Ask for something negative. Tell me your worst quality. I'm a people pleaser. Man, this ain't no job interview. I work too hard. Sometimes I work overtime. Sometimes I punch out, and I go back to work again because I forgot something. I work for free. It's not a job interview. Stop simping. Stop lying, okay? A man tells you what you want to hear, beware. It is not natural for a man to tell you what you want to hear. Yes, I've been called charming on many different levels, okay? I've been called a butthole, but I've been called charming on many different levels. I know how to talk to a woman. I also know how to talk to a woman and make her get away from me too, okay? With that being said, I'm going to tell you how I feel in the moment, at the moment. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Although I'm telling you what you like to hear, it's sincere. It's sincere. It's sincere. But I'm never going to lie to you to win favor for you. That is a problem. That is a problem. Sisters, beware of that type of person. And I love these delusional dating profiles. Big apologies to Brother Jawad. I did not do it last week. But inshallah, we'll continue these. And eventually these are going to become their own entity, inshallah ta'ala. Maybe I'll do one at the end of this show, and I'll do one midweek, like Wednesday or something. I'll do one just to get it out, quick TikTok, something, a YouTube short, whatever. Because they got a lot of good ones out here, bro, Muslims and non-Muslims. That is all that I have today. Thank you all for joining in. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, shukrillah. This has been your brother Saudi Ma'am for X Factly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And let's make dua, get the duas up for Sister Amira Asha Wilson, that Allah heals her with the best of his healing, that she becomes better than she was before she went into the hospital, so we can get this sister back, because we got some important things to talk about. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa